Hey guys, magical beings out there. Welcome back to the channel. Unexpected little lore into Skyrim, so I might as well record. I was looking more into that missing merchant, and turns out, so I had to go back to that place, and I got the ring, and there's a book. I'll read it because they kept talking about the book. Anyway, and I can purchase the set or trade it. I think I'm gonna purchase it. We'll be pretty broke, but it's fine.
Kajita's wares. Fortune smiles upon this meeting. May your road lead you to warm sands.
Oh, yeah.
I welcome you, friend. How many? That is the truth.
I like to buy it off you.
Okay, you've talked me into it. This one needs something? Take a look.
We have no money now. Oh, that's your crap. Here, I want to sell you.
Take a look.
So that's cool. Now we got Daedraic armor. I think the helmet's heavy, but everything else is... not. Like it's all light armor. Don't really need that. Oh, heck. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I know it is a Creation Club anniversary thing. Dang, yeah, so that. And I wanted to keep the ring, so fuck yeah. Put that on. Anyway, I don't really know what we're gonna do now. Thank you. How has the war major traveled so far?
Quite the opposite, in fact. The soldiers are some of our best customers.
Hope the background ain't too loud. Y'all someone's watching TV in the other room, but I wanted to record this and not just have it be off camera. It was Rasad's
idea to come here now, while the land is in turmoil, where others saw only danger. He saw opportunity.
Okay,
I
well,
hope that you will come to do
let's
business
put
with us.
on our cool new outfit. We're broke as shit, but it's fine. We'll make it back. Let's do it. Excuse me. Oh, the boots. I'll hang on to those boots though. Okay, what kind of boss? Alright. Let's go to our quests here. I'm gonna go to Hendraheim. And we're gonna get another house for free. Which, we have to go exploring. Hendraheim is... yeah, it's down here. I haven't even been to Falkreath yet. That'd be a sick tattoo. Anyway. Let's... do I want to... Bastion? Yeah. We're gonna be... oh no, I might not have... oh no, I have enough money. Oh, it's gonna be like we might have to walk there. I could have traded it, but I don't really like... do we look kind of silly? Yeah. Is it okay? Yeah.
Need a ride?
Not gonna miss
Where do you want to go?
I want to go to Falkreath. $50? Damn!
Oh, steady.
Need to get a horse. I usually just don't ever get a horse. I used to always buy a horse here, the first thing of money, but now I usually just wait.
Did you see a dog out there?
Now it's some wolves with no dogs. Great. Great, is that gonna... can we like reload that? Let's redo that. Anyway, I think they're talking about Barbas. That's a Daedric quest. I hope it's not glitched now. Because I didn't finish that discussion. Here, maybe we'll do this. We'll load up that quick save. Yeah, just to be sure. Okay. Let's go. Let's try this again. I don't know how long this probably be, you guys. It was just kind of like spontaneous. I do have to go to bed in a bit, but get a little another part out. Why not? Let's try this again. Pray that we don't get no dragons.
Where do you want to go?
I want to go to Valkyries.
Climb and back, and we'll be off.
Okay.
I can't wait here forever.
I just started walking. Calm down. I get it. It's raining. Anyway, I hope the TV in the background's not loud, you guys.
Did you see a dog out there? Oh well. The blacksmith is home. I guess I'll stay on the lookout.
There we go.
Keep your nose clean while you're here, outsider.
Okay. Great. That's what I wanted. Okay. Back to our Hendraheim quests. I don't want to speak to Lod right now. We're gonna go off into the woods and get our house. Do do do. Yeah, I was watching the footage and I'm like, let me look up that missing merchant quest. I'm like, okay, well, I kind of want to film that, but I kind of want to do it right now. So I'm like, screw it. Screw it. I hope the TV is not loud in the back. Hang on. Okay, I'm back. Probably are hearing the TV a little bit. Anyway. Almost done now. Ooh, roadside ruins. Like I said, I wasn't planning to record, so it's a little later in my recording time. Oh, what the heck just happened? Lydia! Look, I just want to get Hendraheim and we can end it off. I meant to use my shout. And not that, but whatever. Ooh, she messed them up. Oh, I gotta read that book too. We'll finish that out with the episode. There's a chest in here. It just said, there you go. I thought it said hanging moss. Oh, here it is. 23 gold, I'll take it. Okay. Cleared out, alright. Is that all that was here? Guess so. Okay. Make sure I'm going the right way. I want to get Hendraheim, and I'll probably sign off for the night. Oh snap. Huh. Where'd he go? Oh, did he just die? I killed him by the tree. He got flung into a tree and he died. Okay. Just want to do the Hendraheim. Why is my health taking forever? What is happening? Mud crabs. Oh, so little. Sorry, mud crab. I didn't want to do that to you. There's some mineral. Alchemy. Setting up camp here near Mushroom Grove. Interested in seeing what exactly is causing these enhanced growths in the area. Today I'll be heading out and see what kind of effect the mushrooms nearby Nero are having on the ecosystem downstream. Taking all their crap. Hopefully they didn't die. Thought I saw something down there. It's just a fox. It was kind of cute. I don't know if I've ever done that. Probably have. I just don't remember. Dang.
What was that? Come on!
What was that? Oh, you know.
No one tests an orc.
Just me. Spider-Man. Sorry if I sound tired, guys. I am tired. It's about my bedtime. I work at 4 in the morning. Lydia, you better not have the Rona. Crap. I always try to buy lockpicks from Bella's floor every time I see him. Dang it. Helps us both out. There we go. Third time's a charm. Let's see. Click, click, click. Carnet, potion. Oh, I can have 2 of those now. Okay. Let's go up top. Flower for our second home. Advanced lockpicking. Okay. Ooh, another chest. I think I actually read that. I've got worship like in the actual book that I have that has like all the books that you can pick up in a volume. It's pretty cool. I haven't really dived into it much, but I should. Okay, I think we're almost there. I hope. Oh, we got a little ways to go. Alright, try to upload this before I go to bed. I am exhausted. I did have a nap today. I am not wearing my glasses right now. I need to be. My eyes scarred up a little bit. It's not noticeable, but I feel it when I could play video games. And I have blue light glasses anyway that I wear. Gotta get to Hendraheim. It's like in a more difficult section of the map. Or a higher enemy level area. That's what I meant to say. It's like by a dungeon thing, like over there. Great real estate, jeez. It's gorgeous though. It's probably one of my favorite houses. It's an anniversary content house. Sometimes there's like dragons or things outside, you just gotta be careful. I wanna go to Angie's shack. She's like an archer in the mountains. She must just hate her life. I think she's just depressed and she's like, okay, I need to fight someone.
I've been looking for you. Got something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only. Let's see.
How'd you know I was gonna be here?
Not sure who from. He wouldn't say, just that he was a friend of yours. Looks like that's it. Got to go.
Okay then. Lawrence of Skyrim, you caused a bit of stir in Bannersmith's tower when you demonstrated the power of your Thum. Now everyone is anxious to return to the Dragonborn. I, for one, desired to see you grow and develop your talents. Skyrim needs a true hero these days. You should turn your attention to Elder's Blood Peak. I understand it holds a mysterious source of power that can be unlocked. Only be unlocked by a Dragonborn sincerely a friend.
Nope. Sorry. Nothing.
Need something?
I received your letter.
I understand. Fight or die well.
No!
Watch it.
That's. Oh, you're gonna get some arrows.
Somebody! Mercy!
Be careful.
Lydia, get out of the damn way. This might be Lydia's downfall.
Watch it.
I'm gonna die in my damn house.
Cleared out.
Ooh. Ooh, that's kind of that's badass. Is that one-handed? Alright, let's read her note. When the world is young, things are simpler. It was us or them. We fought to survive, and in death we fought glory. Now we fight our own shield sisters and brothers, for banners that change with the wind. When I killed Daedraic, on the battlefield, I vowed not to take up arms again. I found honor in this choice, but shame in its consequence. The bards do not sing tales of those who die in their homes, slain by time. If I am to see him again, I must stand eye to eye with sun on the whalebone bridge, enter my place in the hall of valor. I miss you, brother. Weep for me in Salvangar. Okay, well. Fortunately. Okay, get out of here. Alright, guys, I think that's a good place to end it. We're just gonna store some stuff. This is Hendraheim. Welcome to my crib. Thank you guys for joining me on this unexpected little episode. I was like, wasn't sure if I was gonna film anything tonight. Ooh, are those little snacks? Oh no, it's just the oven. I thought you could pick this up. Ooh, I will make an apple dumpling. Yes. Braided bread. Crab cakes. Yes. Give me some more apple dumplings. Ooh, bows do 5% more damage. I was gonna keep making apple dumplings. I actually have both kinds of apples. Sweet. I actually went down in weight. Got some apple dumplings. Yeah, this is my favorite house. Got some money. Oh, yeah, let me check out this sword we got. Not that one. Oh, it is. Dude, that's Hoss. That is Hoss. Alright, put that away. Alright, let's read this book, and I think I'm gonna end it off, you guys. Cause yeah, I need to go to bed. Alright, Derium Derenis by Vorian Dereni. I'm 611 years old. I have never had children of my own, but I have many nieces and nephews and cousins who have been raised with tales and traditions of our ancient illustrious, I probably pronounced it wrong, and occasionally notorious clan, the Dereni. Few families in Tamriel can boast so many famous figures, wielding so much power over the faith in so many. Our warriors and kings are stuff of legend, and it is not to dismiss their honor and their achievements, to say I've heard quite enough about them. I myself have never picked up a sword or written an important law, but I am part of a lesser known but still important Daedraic tradition, the Way of the Wizard. My own autobiography would be of little interest to posterity, though my nephews, nieces, and cousins indulge me to tell wild tales of life in the chaotic second era of Tamriel. But I have a few ancestors whose stories should be told. They have changed history as we know it as dramatically as my better-known relatives, but their names are in danger of being forgotten. Most recently, Lysandus, the king of Daggerfall, was able to conquer his ancient enemies, the Sentinel, in part thanks to his court sorceress, Medora Durrani. Her grandfather, Jovrin Durrani, was imperial battle mage to the court of Dunmar, Empress of Tamriel. Katara assisting her in creating peace in a time of turmoil. His great-great-grandfather, Haladil Durrani, had a similar role with the first potentate, and sorry guys if I'm pronouncing shit wrong, I'm also really tired too, but anyway. And encouraged the guild act, without which we would not have all the professional organizations we have today. His ancestor, many times back, was the witch Raven Durrani, who was with her better-known cousin Aiden and Ryan, brought an end to the tyranny of the latter Elysian Empire before the Sigics of Artadium It is said she created the art of enchantment, learning how to bind a soul into a gem and use that to ensorcel all manners of weaponry. But it is the story of an ancestor even more ancient, more distant than Raven I wish to tell. Asliel Darani harkens back to the humble beginnings of our clan in the tiny farming village of the Tyregal on the banks of the river Keomus, which was then called the Dyran. Hence the family name, like all on Somerset Isle in those days. He was a simple planter of those fields. But while others only grew enough to sustain their immediate kin, even distant cousins of the Durenis worked together. They would decide as a group which fields were best for wheat, orchard, vine, livestock, or apiary, and thereby always had the best yields of any farm which worked alone, doing the best as it could with what it had. Asliel had a particularly poor farm for most kind of agriculture, but small herbs found its stony, loamless, acidic soil very comfortable. Out of necessity more than anything else, he became an expert on all matters of herbs. For the most part, of course, they were used in flavoring cooking, but as you know, hardly any plants grow on the surface of our world without a magical potential. Even so long ago, witches already were in existence. It would be ridiculous for me to suggest that Asliel Darani invented alchemy. What he did, what we can all be grateful for, is that he formulated it into an art and science. There were no witches, covens, in Tyregal. And of course, there would be no mages guild yet for thousands of years. So, people would come to him for cures. He learned from himself the exact formula for combining black lichen and root brush to create a cure for all manners of poison, and the amount of willow anther to crush and mix with chokeweed to cure diseases. There were few much greater threats in Tyregal in those peaceful days than disease or accidental poisonings. Yes, there were some dark forces in the wilderness, trolls, chimera, the occasional malevolent fairy folk, and will-o'-the-wisp, but even the youngest, most foolish Altimer knew how to avoid them. There were, however, a few unusual threats, which Asliel had a hand in defeating. One of the tales told of him that I believe to be true is how he brought a young niece who had been suffering from an unknown disease. Despite his ministration, she grew weaker and weaker every morning. Finally, he gave her a bitter-tasting drink, and the next morning ashes were found all around her bed. A vampire had been feeding on the poor girl, but Asliel's potion had turned her very blood into poison, without harming her in the least. If only this formula had not been lost in the mist of history, this would have been enough to make him a minor but significant figure in the annals of early Somerset. But at that point in history, a barbarian tribe called the Lochvar had found their way down the Dyran River, and recognized Tyregal as a rich target for raids. The Durrani, not yet being warriors yet, but simple farmers, were helpless and could only flee and watch. The Lochvar take the best of their crops raid after raid. Asliel, however, had been experimenting with the vampire dust and brought his cousins to him with a plan. The next time the Lochvar were sighted on the Duran, the word went out, and all the most able bodies came to Asliel's laboratory. When the barbarians arrived in Tyregal, they found the farms deserted and assumed that all had fled as usual. As they set about stealing the bounty, they suddenly found themselves under attack by invisible forces. Believing the Durrani farms to be haunted, they ran away very quickly. They attempted a few more raids, where their greed would always eventually overpower their fear, and each time they were set upon the attackers, who they could not see. As barbaric as they were not stupid, and they changed their mind about the source of their defeat. It could not be the farms were haunted, because the crops were still being tended and harvested, and the animals seemed to show no fear. The Lochvar decided to send a scout to the farm to see if he could spy their secrets. The scout sent word back to the Lochvar that the Durrani farms were populated with flesh and blood. Entirely visible Altamar, he continued the watch as his barbarian cohorts moved down the river, and he saw the elderly and children flee for the hills, while the able-bodied farmers and their wives went to Asliel's laboratory. He saw them go in, he saw no one come out. As usual, the Lochvar were repelled by invisible forces. But their scouts soon told them what he saw happening in the laboratory. The next night, 2 of the Lockvar approached Aslile's farm very stealthily and managed to kidnap him without altering the rest of the Durrani. The Lockvar chieftain, knowing that the farmers could no longer count on the alchemists to make them invisible, considered an immediate attack on the farms. But he was a vengeful sort and felt he had been humiliated by these simple farmers. A crafty plan emerged in his mind. What if the Durrani, who always saw his barbarian tribe coming, for once did not? Imagine the slaughter if no one even had a chance to flee. The scout had told the chieftain that Asliel had used the dust of a vampire to make the farmers invisible. But he was not sure what the other ingredient had been. He described an incandescent powder that Asliel had mixed into the dust. Asliel, of course, refused to help the Lockvar, but they were experts in torture as well as pillage, and he knew he would have to talk or die. Finally, after hours of torture, he agreed to tell them what the incandescent powder was. He did not know the name, but he called it glow dust. The only remains of a slain will-o'-wisp. He told them they would need a lot of it if they wanted to turn the whole tribe invisible for the raid. The Lockvar grumbled that not only did they have to find and kill a vampire to attain his dust, but find and kill several will-o'-the-wisps to get theirs. In a few days' time, they came back with the ingredients the alchemist asked for. The chieftain, not being a complete idiot, made Asliel taste the potion first. He did as he was told and turned invisible, demonstrating that it did truly work. The chieftain put him to work creating more. No one apparently noticed that while he did, he was nibbling on the black like chin root brush. The Lockvar took the potion and doled it, and soon, not too soon that they didn't suffer, they were all dead. The scout who had seen Asliel mixing the invisibility potion apparently mistook the glow of candlelight in the laboratory for an incandescent, which the second ingredient of the invisibility potion did not possess. The second ingredient was actually dull, simple redwort, one of the most common herbs in Tamriel. When he insisted during torture, Asliel told them what the incandescent powder was. Asliel remembered that he had only experimentally mixed glow dust and vampire dust together once and created a powerful poison. It was simple enough to steal a little redwort from the barbarian's camp, mix that with the vampire and glow dust mixture, and create a potion that was in fact an invisibility potion. After curing himself, he gave the poison to the barbarians. The Lockvar, being dead, never again raided the Durrani farms, and having no other enemies, they were able to grow more and more prosperous and powerful. Generations later, they left Somerset and began their historic adventures on the Tamriel mainland. Asliel Durrani, because of his excellence as an alchemist, was invited to Artaeum and became a Sisik. It is not known how many more of the common formulas we know today were invented by him there, but I have no doubt the science and the art of alchemy as we know it today would not exist without him. But that is all in the distant past. Asliel's innovations, like my modest ones, like achievements of the Durranis throughout history, are but a stepping stone to the wonders which will come in the future. I wish I could be there to witness them, but if I can only share some of the past with the children of Durrani and the children of Tamriel, then I will consider my life well spent. Man, that was a long book. I'd never read that. Dirium Durranis. Crazy. Alright, guys. Well, I think I'm gonna end it here. Seems like a good stopping point. Thank y'all so much for watching. Ooh, more money. Have to put all our jewels in there. Alright, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you all in the next one. Have a wonderful night. And yeah, peace out. Bye.